Alright, what's up guys? So I'm just going to do a quick video for this example breaking market structure. It's just easier to do a video than write out the text for it. So essentially what breaking market structure means is that you have a certain hypothesis going into a trade, what you expect that trade to do, its direction, time, and essentially with this strategy you stay in that trade until that hypothesis is nullified. So this depends on your trading strategy, what you use, whether it's Ichimoku, using order blocks, price action, whatever you're using, whatever defines breaking of market structure or nullifying your trade hypothesis, that's when you would exit the trade. So, for example, I like to trade trading ranges. So I have three ranges I drew out here. I'm just going to show you how I would enter, how I would stay in the trade, and ultimately exit. So first of all, look at this bottom range here, consolidation range, down around 50 cents for Ripple. This is Ripple USD 6-hour chart. So we see we have textbook range here, up thrust, spring, retest to the spring, and impulsion out of the range. And I'm getting into this trade either, I'm accumulating, there's two ways I'll trade this. I'll either accumulate at each time price is at the lower end of this range and accumulate, or I will buy the retest of this breakout. So somewhere around here, 51, 52 cents when it's retesting the top of this range, right? So say you buy the retest here, and you hold. And what's my hypothesis here? What is going to get me out of this trade? What is going to nullify my hypothesis? What is going to be my exit strategy? So what I'm thinking here is, okay, if I get in here when we have an impulsion out of this range, my plan is once this re-enters a range and breaks downward, has a candle that closes downward out of the range, confirming distribution, that is when I will exit my trade. So I get in on the retest, I hold, and then I see, okay, another range is forming here. But I never get a candle close out of the lower end of this range, right? So I am still holding this trade. There's nothing that nullifies my hypothesis, so I hold through this little consolidation, ends up being a reaccumulation range, and we get another impulsion out of this range. Here you might add to your position, but let's just say we hold, and then we get into this larger range. Now we're in this range for quite some while, I think about a week here, and eventually we get a candle close out of this range here. Okay, so that's my first signal. I see this candle close outside of the lower end of this range, and that's when you can either close at market, or sometimes what I like to do is wait for that retest to retest this lower range, the lower part of the range, to retest that and exit here on a green candle as opposed to getting out in this red candle. Saves you a few percentage points, nothing huge though. You see we try to retest this area, the bottom of the range here, and then we capitulate off and we start another downtrend. So this turns out to be distribution. So the idea here is my hypothesis is nullified when I can confirm that a range is distribution. Like I said, you can apply this to any trading strategy you're using. We said we had 3 steps for this strategy. You have to identify your hypothesis, your trading hypothesis, what you anticipate the trade will do. Then you have to identify what level or what would the market have to do to nullify that hypothesis, and then enter the trade and hold and be disciplined enough to hold until that hypothesis is actually nullified. Yeah, that's about it. All right, great. Thanks, guys.